give Nas back his shit, man. You gonna give him back his shit, man.
Is that how we're gonna?
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Welcome to One Buck,
where we keep it a buck,
and we hope y'all keep it a buck too. I'm Kev.
This is Cool, man. Hey, One Buck Podcast is the only podcast, man, to keep it a beam with you. You feel what I mean?
Absolutely.
Hey, how you doing today, though,
All
man?
right, fam. How you doing,
man?
fam?
Locked in, man. Loaded, ready to go as always, man. Appreciate everybody running the channel up. Man, we only projected 100 subscribers, and man, we about to 200. You feel me? So, Cuz, what's your thoughts on that?
Man, I appreciate every last one of y'all. We appreciate every last one of y'all, for real. Man, continue to go ahead and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell their friends and their mamas and them and their aunties too, or their uncles and granddaddies as well. So we can go ahead and keep climbing like we need to, get this word out.
Get that word out. Or like, another way to get your word out, man. If you at the barbershop, beauty salon, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, tell a friend and check it out. You know what I mean? We all about that, spreading positivity, getting our name out there. YouTube channel is running numbers like it's supposed to. You feel me? We doing what we supposed to do, locking it down. It's really about gravitating with the people, bro. Like the topics that we do are gravitating towards the people, and they understand. Like, bro, this is what we gonna do. We gonna have a shout out show because we got a lot of shouting out to do. That's gonna be another special episode, bro. We can do a shout out show because. Look, man, you know how we do it, man. You know, you like to stir that pot up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Get your brain functioning a little bit in the right direction.
Lace us up, fam.
Cuz, look, man, we're going to go ahead and get into it, man. Without further ado, man, look, I'm going to put it to y'all like this, man. I've seen this surf around. Mr. Nas owns JayZ, man, and it's the way it's being put down.
Yeah.
Owning, and when I say owning, I'm not saying literally owning, but I am saying that publishing, so... We're going to let y'all listen to this clip right here from the one and only Mr. MC Search, you feel me, who put it down. Y'all listen.
Third base.
Man, you know it, man. Kick back, listen to what he got to say on the whole hookup regarding the whole situation, how Nas owns JayZ's publishing and how he does it and why. So y'all sit back and listen to it. Give us y'all thoughts, man, and we're going to let this video rock.
We got MC Search in the book.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
You know, I always look for interesting ways to start off these episodes. And when you gonna give Nas back his shit, man? You gonna give him back his shit, man?
Is that how we're gonna start this?
That's how we're gonna start.
So here's the truth.
Right.
The truth is, first things first.
Mm-hmm.
I sold my share, which is 2%.
2%.
That's all it was.
2%.
I'm the executive producer of Illmatic and It Was Written.
Right.
My share is 2%.
2%.
That's it. I'm entitled to sell my share.
Right.
I offered it back to Nas, but Nas gets it back in 7 years anyway. So he was like, "Oh, go get your money." 2%. And I don't own Nas's publishing. Never did.
So when JayZ said
he was fucking with him.
I know who I paid.
Searchlight Publishing. So here's the truth about that story.
Right.
I was the head of promotion, CHR promotion at Def Jam.
Right.
We're about to put out Reasonable Doubt. And Biggs, Dame, and Jay came to me and they said, "Hey, we got to clear the sample on Dead Presidents. I'm out for presidents to represent me on Filmatic." So I said, "Yeah, that's not a problem. Give me a check for $2,500 and I'll clear it. It's not a problem." They were like, "That was it?" Yeah, I said, "That's it." I went to Zombo. I saw the president, Richard Blackstone. I said, "Hey, this is what we're going to take." I said, "But we'll take 50% of the publishing." So Nas owns, So what I love to say is, while Jay likes to say that, Nas owns Jay's publishing. Jay does not own Nas's publishing.
Wait, what? From that record?
Correct.
From that record,
correct.
He took 50% of the publishing.
Exactly right. I made that deal.
Wait a second. So when Jay dropped Reasonable Doubt again in 2005, right? That was 2005 when he did the thing at
any
Radio
printing
City.
of any printing that says Dead President, Nas owns 50% of that song. And I own none of it. I administer. So what I do is, being the administrator,
Right.
is I just sign and approve it. And for that I get 5%. I don't own anything.
One-time fee or?
Yeah, I was-
No, for life.
For life.
But I just, yeah.
Okay, up until you sold, as in, I'm sure there's a lot of artists, there's a lot of aspiring label owners, there's a lot of people who want to be in the music industry. They want to understand the worth of the business as well as how the business works.
Yeah.
What was that 2% worth?
It was a nice check. But it was also a check that I ate off of for 27 years. So here's if you want to get deep in the weeds on this, because here's what I honestly believe.
Right,
People don't want to really understand the business, they just want to make money in the business.
right,
They don't really want to understand the business.
Right.
That's a fact.
They just want to make money.
right.
But if you really want to understand the business, artists receive their rights back after 35 years. It's called the 35-year rule.
Right.
So the original recordings revert back to the artist that recorded the artist. So for example, Third Base will receive all of the Cactus album and Derelicts on December 1st of this year. I will own all of my original recordings.
Well, is there a re-release, a
Of course,
celebration?
all of that. Because Def Jam hasn't released the record in 2.5 decades, and I have never seen a royalty check ever from Def Jam. Ever.
Ever. Wow.
Never. I got a check when I signed, and when I did Derelicts, I got another check, and that was it. So I will make whatever I make on the records that I will now own. Same thing for Nas. So Nas will have all of his rights revert back to him on Illmatic, and it was written in 7 and 9 years.
Right.
So my share is 2%. That's it.
Right.
It's never been more, it's never been less.
But what was that 2% worth?
It was worth a lot of money.
Fluctuates with the album, what the album does.
So the album does about, but between it was written and Illmatic, it does a couple of 100 million streams a year. So
if you can equate what 100 million streams is worth, and you get the
2% of that.
yeah.
Depending.
But the thing is, it's not so much what is it worth, right? It's the true value of what it gave me, right? So it gave me and my family a great deal of freedom. It gave me and my family a reason that I didn't have to chase anything, right? When I had ebbs and flows in my personal life, I didn't have to worry about a check every month because it came in,
right,
you know?
right,
And most importantly, and this is to me the most important thing, whether I'm giving Nas his shit back or not,
right,
is I made Nas a millionaire the first week his album came out because I made sure all of his legal was done properly. He never had a sample clearance issue. He never had a rights issue. He never had to sell his publishing. He never had to do anything except make music.
right.
I took care of all the business. And that first week that album did 165,000 albums, he was a millionaire. And he never looked back. So while all the fucking trolls want to say the fucking bullshit,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it a being with you.
That's awesome.
Is the J line the only reason why people think you're a shiesty businessman? Is like,
No, I think the overarching ilk of how executives treated black artists before me give the misnomer that I'm a shiesty businessman.
before, during, and after.
But that wasn't me.
You actually, now, here's where I'll stop the cap. On the Cactus album, you were actually warning about the evils of executives in a couple of your records. You did a whole video to, you get a box of Nikes and Puma sweats. Like you box of Newports and Puma. You were talking about how people would get done dirty.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I was raised around a lot of 5%ers. A lot of my friends who were named Julius became Lord Duquan. A lot of my friends who were Thomas became understanding mathematics. So I was, even more than going to synagogue, I was going to Mecca on 125th Street. And it was very clear to me when I was coming up, before there was a culture or before there was a business, that I was allowed to watch, but I couldn't participate. That this was black music, a black art form, and it wasn't for me. So I had to prove myself.
Right.
So I wrote rhymes every day, and then I started battling.
You battled a
Yeah.
lot.
Battled a lot.
Yeah. Yo, he challenged me.
Yeah.
Word?
Me.
Oh yeah.
What happened?
When was that? How did that
Last
come
week.
about?
I told
That was
you.
last week. It was last week.
Last week. Yeah.
Oh,
Last week.
This is like 1998 or some shit.
Oh no.
No,
It wasn't when
no.
he was in his prime. No, it wasn't that. No.
No, I haven't
You
reached
felt
my
like he had a
prime,
shot
Yeah.
against you
I
now.
write rhymes every day. I just put out a record last week.
actually. Yeah.
I just put out a record. I write rhymes. I write 4 or 5 bars every day. Every day.
MC.
Every day. I write rhymes every day. I owe this culture everything. I tell anyone that ever meets me, if it wasn't because of this, because of this thing that we got, the only time you would meet me is with your lady coming into Nordstrom, and I'd be like, dude, she want a 7 or 8 in brown or black. I'd be a salesman.
Right.
So everything I have, I owe to hip hop. I owe it everything.
Do you feel like you was more informal with music as far as informing the artists, or do you feel like you was more informal with business?
Yes. I don't think it's one or the other.
Yeah.
I think it's both.
Okay.
Well,
I think, because there's, as the great Prophet Mills says, there's levels to this shit.
So, cuz, man, just after hearing that, bro, I definitely want to bring this up to you, man, like I said, because dude got a bunch of scrutiny behind everything because basically saying that, he did do dirty or he never set Nas up for success. Bro, if you listen to what Dog was actually putting down, it sounded like he put my man up for success, bro, 100%. And here's why. I'm going to tell y'all. He said in this interview, guys, and y'all heard it, he made Nas $1 million that first week.
A millionaire off
You know
the
what I'm
first
saying?
hookup.
Off the first hookup. So with that being said, cuz, what's your thoughts on what MC Search is putting down and why you think he had to address what he needed to address to the people that may not have understood him?
I never knew that MC Search was quite business savvy, minded as what he is. It was a heck of a move, man. Off of that, like, I don't know, what Rockefeller, was trying to get out of that, if there was any bad blood. I don't believe there was any bad blood with Rockefeller and Def Jam on the clearing of it.
To a certain extent. And I'm going to let you go where you going first, and I'm going to touch back on it. But go ahead, bro.
At the time, I don't remember it being bad blood.
Right.
Now, what I do remember being bad blood was, when the beef or the MC beef between Nas and JayZ.
Yeah,
And, you know what I'm saying? It came out on that's when around the time that Ether and by Nas, and then the first one kicked off from JayZ. I can't think of the name of it offhand right now, but he pretty much stated in a lyric quoted off of that was, "I know who I paid search like publishing."
Right.
Catchy phrase,
Right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying?
right, for
You
sure,
made it a
for
hot
sure.
line, I made it a hot song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I think kind of to keep it fair, I think that Search was kind of like in a position of both because of Def Jam, the ties in the relationships that he had with Nas and Jay.
And Jay.
I think he kind of felt like, okay, well, it's only right that Nas gets paid, off of the publishing, or not the publishing, but the ownership of it, pretty much, of him making that song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was his song, but then, the line was so catchy. Jay seen a situation where it was lucrative for him to make some money and be a boss off. So, like I said, I don't really have any hard feelings. I mean, that was at the essence of when hip hop was hip hop, and I think the last form of it, in my opinion, in that era, for those eras, I should say.
Looking at Dog, though, I know he's very savvy on the business tip, man. And that's why I'm going to tell you why, because also in that interview, here's the kicker about the whole nine. So what Kev was kind of brushing up on, man, I know this is for a fact, was that reasonable doubt and then that president. So this is where they drew the line between JayZ and Nas, and basically because MC Search got the right to the wording before JayZ got it. So basically, this is where that 50-50, split happened with Nas taking over the record. You know what I mean?
Right.
Basically.
Right.
And why Nas still get paid to this day. But this is what I liked about what MC Search had to say off this one, though, fam. Basically, the whole 50% that Nas owes 50% of Jay-Z's hookup. He set Nas up for success. Nas told him to get his money. You feel what I'm saying? Nas told him to get his money because Nas was going to get his residuals back in 7 years.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, it sounded like dude set him up for success, and then he was smart not to think, what he did, bro, what he actually did with the whole reasonable doubt thing, because like you said, Jay looked at it as, I can piggyback that real quick, you feel me? No, then dog cut him and hit him with the short, hit him with the short stick. Like, nah, bro. Yeah. We got copyrights to this, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you got to pay us to use that, bro. We get whatever. So he set Nas up for success. He did. He definitely did.
And I shout out to MC Search off of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was definitely a boss move in its own, but like I respected the fact of, he did not want to be the Jewish person to screw blacks. I respected that when he said that. Yeah, because he
had his hands deep in there now. He was, producer, engineer, or some other stuff in there, bro.
It's a lot. It's a lot with the music. Like, he wasn't for the games with it, but he wanted to. I think his mind frame was NYC.
Yeah,
New York City, state of mind.
It was, bro.
And then he felt like it was a lucrative moment where, okay, Jay gets XYZ numbers of big buku money off of the album, right. But at the same time, I want Nas to be. It's only right. It's only right.
Sir.
So I felt like that was a good move. You know what I mean? And man, it's crazy because it goes back from before Ether and what is the one that he used from? Was it the Doors? The sample from the Doors off of the Blueprint.
I can't.
That Jay used. But anyway, it goes back to, like you said, reasonable doubt. I forgot about that. Like him talking about I showed you your first take. Jay said this, and like if you go back into it, they're saying that there's real facts. It's real facts off of that. Like Nas isn't ashamed. So like I said, I mean that was a good move. I'm glad it wasn't no stab in the backs, in my opinion. I don't see nothing wrong with both parties getting paid off of it.
That's
what it was about, keeping it on wax.
It was keeping it on wax. Not only that, though, because, he is a part of the culture, hands down.
Hands down.
And not only that, man, this dude, that's why I say I don't throw him out as, being this big businessman, because the dude said he write 4 bars a day. He said he absolutely positively, y'all, locks in each and every day. Being, a lyricist is what they called it in the interview, or MC. That's what they do from the state of, from New York, man, out there, Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, wherever they at, you know what I mean? Them boys write, they writing rhymes every day if you a real MC. So, like we said, man, we're going to give a shout out to Search on that one, man. Real positive energy from that full interview, man. Y'all only gonna get the 8 clip mark that we got from that there, though. But I just thought it was interesting, though, because you got to give it, man, where we talking about, what you just said about the whole Jews thing and everything like that, man. Which, like I said, we sit back with an open eye to everything as we see it come in. We're not judgmental to anything, you know what I mean? But when you look at what you're saying, that's shedding some positivity on the light, you know what I'm saying, from a Jew aspect of this man being that, bro. So absolutely, bro.
And it's kind of ironically how the times of now that is an issue where that came out. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Man, it's definitely, that's a hot topic right there. I like that one, cuz for real.
It's a little spicy, man, because look, people, y'all hear a dude in this interview, man, he really went hard. Like, he had to get this off his back. He said, no, I had to air this out because people ain't hearing me. You feel what I'm saying? So,
and he's behind the scenes now.
Right, he behind the scenes, but he still bought that life. You know what I'm saying? Write a couple bars every day. You know what I'm saying? Still doing what it do. But just all in all, like I said, man, I think Nas won the battle of what we talked about on the previous episodes of who won the rap battle. Yeah. We both felt like Nas won that battle. Not only that, Nas kind of won it in longevity too.
I would say, now looking at it like how it came about, I would say that JayZ won the battle and Nas won the war.
Well, yeah, I see what you're saying for sure. I could kind of see that, but. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it up like you just said, bro. You can't put it nowhere else. You feel me? Like,
man, that's just my opinion.
Straight up, straight down.
Y'all tell us what y'all think in the comments below.
Straight up, straight down, man. Speaking of comments, man, where they can follow us at, family?
On iJizzle at @1_Buck_podcast, spelled just like that. You
Straight
feel me?
like that, boy. Y'all heard it right there. YouTube, 1 Buck Podcast, in between the 1 and the buck is a $sign.
Cha-ching.
And then that S at the end will be replaced by a $sign as well, man. Because, you know, we had to spit what I had to spit real quick, man.
Yeah.
You know how we do it. We pause for the calls real quick, and then we hand that mic to you, cuz. Without further ado, family, what you got locked in
Man,
for us today, family?
It's crazy that you went into the situation about the music hookup topic, because I was just getting ready to go into it too about the music.
Let's get it then.
So I
Robin.
stumbled on something about Notorious BIG's bodyguard Gene. I always forget his last name. But he was right there with Bad Boy, you know what I'm saying, all the way, you know what I mean? That was Big's right-hand man.
It was, bro.
You know what I mean? They had a close relationship.
Yep.
Come to find out, Puffy had a whole lot to say. And I'm going to just go ahead and definitely going to let y'all hear the clip. Y'all check this out. We'll be right back.
Like I said, things are still escalating. Things are really bad.
Right.
You did an interview with Queen's Flip, and you said that you heard Puffy say something. You said, I don't care if Pac gotta die, I don't care if Big gotta die, something has to change.
Right.
When did he say that?
Right after the Soul Train thing. He said, we got back to the house. We did a walk around. My man went upstairs. Then we did a walk around. He stayed in the limousine. You understand? So now I got Chaz on the phone. And I'm like, yo, Chaz, I can't believe, man. I was about to, you know, blase, whoop-de-whoop. And this nigga ran. And he said, yeah, he ran. I said, yeah, Chaz. So Puff came in and everything like that. And then Puff went upstairs. He said, yo, he did what? And as Puff was walking up the steps, I said, yeah, he ran, man. And he said, why you tell him I ran? Why you ain't tell him I took a left? I was like, I just took a left. He said, Chad said, what'd he say? He said, why I tell you he ran? I should have just told him he took a left. And then Puff came back downstairs, he was heated. He said, yo, Gene, I got 126 employees, and these people depend on me for their livelihoods. If these white folks thought or they would think that I had anything to do with any kind of gunplay, they wasn't gonna fuck with me, and they not gonna fuck with me. He said, I'm a businessman. I'm about making money, but something gotta change. I don't give a fuck if Pac gotta die, Big gotta die, or Suge Knight go to jail. Something's gotta change. And he took upstairs, he turned around and walked back upstairs. And it didn't dawn on me what he said. And then my man looked at me and Bun was like, yo, that nigga said Big. I said, yo, he sure did. He said, yeah. He said, Big gotta die? He said, yo, he said Big. And today, I look at that as being some probably, I guess you would call that I'm trying to get the word for it.
Foreshadowing?
Not it's not foreshadowing. It's like he had this thought, or somebody had told, the way he said it, it seemed like somebody had told him that before or said that. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know, bro, but the way he said it seemed like he had heard it before.
Then the night of March 9th, 1997, there was a big vibe party at the Peterson Museum in LA. I guess Puffy talks Biggie into actually attending.
Yo, that whole week, man, Puff was like, yo, man, yo, Big, you gotta come to this party. And he was like, yeah, all right, cause now he, you know, I know why he was calling him Diddy. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, all right, Diddy, all right. He said, yeah. So then Puff was like, yo, Big, you gotta go to this party. You know, and he wasn't getting a response that he needed from Big to make sure that he was going to the party. So this was real odd. Puff came one day and he had Sally Richardson, her makeup person, and this other chick, I think. And he said, yo, I need D-Rock to ride with me. And then he said, Gene, you stay here with Big. And I was like, which was weird. So D-Rock stayed gone the whole day with Puff. And that never happened, you know. So I guess the chick liked D-Rock or whatever. That's what Puff wanted her to do. And next thing you know, I've gotten phone calls. I got a phone call from Unique from Mecca Audio, right? And Unique from Mecca Audio say, yo, vest up. You know, those guys is coming to get y'all. I tell Chaz, the day of the party, I spoke to Chaz. He said, yeah, it's gonna be some street shit, bruh. I'm letting you know that. So now I called my man, I forgot his name D, but I called him. He used to fuck around with Jodeci. I asked him, was they coming to the party? Cause we going to the Vibe party. And he said, nah, we ain't going. So I come in the house, cause I was at the Beverly Hills Hotel, and I go directly upstairs. I say, Paul, what Puff at? He upstairs with Kim. So I call him, I say, Puff. He comes to the top of the staircase. And I say, yo, Puff, I got some intel, brother. You understand? Now, Puff, no, he ain't never heard me ever tell him not to go nowhere. And I didn't tell him not to go nowhere that night. I said, Puff, I got some intel. The guys are coming to kill us tonight at the museum party. He said, Gene, I don't want to hear that shit. He said, you ain't got to go if you don't want to go. You understand? But I don't want to hear that. So, quiet as it kept, I'm the only one with toast. You know what I'm saying? I know Paul don't have nothing. I know D-Rock don't have nothing. I brought 3 with me. So, I'm thinking all kind of crazy shit. I was like, yo, damn, this motherfucker said I ain't gotta go. They was all at the table and stuff like that. And I just started bamming on the table. Boom, 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 boom. I said, fuck, man. And he said, cause I had that feeling inside me and something just came over. I said, yo, but I had my vest on, Alex. I said, yo, this shit's gonna go down. And then I said, somebody said, well, Gene, what's wrong with you? I said, my man, niggas is coming to kill us tonight and y'all niggas is joking like it's a joke or something. Y'all niggas acting like this shit is a joke. Y'all talking about some fucking party. And D-Mac said, nigga, we lock and load together. I said, I don't see nobody locking. I don't see nobody loading. I called the block, because back then you used to call on the payphones. They had the payphones. I called my block on 112th Street. Sean and Shay. I think Shay picked up the phone first, or I think Sean picked it up. One of them picked up the phone. And I said, put Slick on the phone. I said, yo, Slick, I got a call from Unique and Chad. Them told me some niggas gonna come, you know, get at us tonight. He said, listen, brothers, don't fuck with them. Don't go then. Puff said he told you not to go, don't go. I said, nah, I ain't gonna leave them kids out like that. I'ma go. So then I hang up the phone and I read RJ Rail House. I walked outside. Guess who's outside? It's Big, Tone, D-Rock, and Lil C's and G-Money. They in the car right there. Tone and D-Rock is outside. They had a Nerf basketball playing on this little basketball goal. And so then I say, Big. He said, yo, what up, Gene? I said, yo, man, niggas gonna try to come kill us tonight, Big. I just got some intel. Lil C said, Gene, go ahead on with that old cop shit. You think you know everything. So me and Big had a big conversation that night that day in the Winnebago, all the time that Puff and D-Rock was gone. And I said, when Lil C said, going with that cop shit, I said, yo, what you need to do, Lil C's, is get you a GED. You know what the fuck that is? He said, what's that? I say, a good enough degree. So they don't cheat you out your money like they did your man right here. And I was pointing at Big. You know what I'm saying? Because we used to snap at each other, you know what I'm saying? With the Harlem and the Brooklyn shit like that. So he said to me, he said, yo, Gene, go ahead with that bullshit before I have Tone and D-Rock hold you while Lil C's get his shit off. I said, man, let me tell you something, bro. All that shit sound good. It may make you feel good, but it won't be healthy. And Big said, started laughing. And then next thing you know, Puff come walking out the door. Let's go. We all hops in the car and we goes to the Peterson Museum.
When you finally got to the hospital and you found out that Big had died, how'd you feel?
I knew he was dead.
You already knew.
I already knew when we pulled him out the car, and I know people going, you know, because you know how the internet is. Yo, you didn't have to say that. When he had soiled himself, let me just put that way, and I grabbed him, and you had the stent, I dropped his leg, man. It's like all my strength had left my body. You know what I'm saying? And then I heard somebody say, Gene, what you doing? And I just grabbed him. And we put him up on that damn stretcher. That's a lot of dead weight, bro. But I was like, Paul came to me and said, yo, Gene, what's wrong? I said, that nigga dead, Paul. He said, no, dog, he just was hit. It's trauma. I said, nigga, he pissed and shit on himself. He dead. And so then I walk in the hospital. Puff coming running out the back door. And he grabbed my arms. He grabbed both of my arms because they was giving the people in the hospital a lot of problems because now fans and people in there who the entourage like that, I was like, yo, y'all get the fuck out this hospital right now. Now I'm in my beast mode. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody, you know, I hate to be like that because it's hard to come back from that. And that always got me in a lot of trouble. But Puff grabbed me both of my arms. He said, Gene, we gotta pray. We gotta pray. And I pushed that nigga hands off me and I said, pray for what? That nigga's dead. That was it. That was like, it F with me for, and it still F with me when I hear his music, it still F with me because you was around and you was a part of hip hop greatness. And to see that kid go out like that,
there it is, y'all. Some more, you know, that's coming out, you know, about the situation in the background of Bad Boy.
It's crazy, man.
Man, it's kind of crazy. And this is what I want to find out. You know, supposedly, you know, it was a situation about Suge, you know what I'm saying, running Puffy. Puffy was shook.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like somewhere that they was at, I guess they was, you know, Puffy was shook where he felt like he had to go, but then he turns around and says he's at the point where he doesn't care if Big gotta go, if Pac gotta go, or if Suge gotta go to jail because he was that shook. But he said something had to give.
Right.
You said this to your own camp though, you know what I'm saying? Here's what I'm wanting to ask you, what you thought about it as, what your thoughts was.
Here's the kicker though, man. You gotta believe, you know, if this stuff is coming up,
right?
Why it's coming up, when it's coming up now, why it's surfacing now, why it didn't surface back then, why is it surfacing up now? Same thing with Ed Lover, you know what I'm saying? Right. Why does stuff surface back up? You know, for people to see, man, that's a wake up call. That's one of them ding 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 ding, one of them told you so bells. You feel what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it, bro.
I kind of felt like back in the day, like something didn't seem right. Did Puff have something to do with it? But for it to come out, you know what I'm saying, at this age in our life, where you say this and then you say you don't care about pretty much something for you to find your peace so that you can get your money and make your empire stay afloat. Your right-hand man that was supposedly your right-hand man, you don't care if he gets murked
or not.
or the op get murked, or the op's boss go ahead and have to sit and do a bid, you know what I'm saying? But you felt like something had to shake. Like, that was just crazy to me.
Hey, look, all I can think of, too, you know, and this is my closing thoughts on it, bro. We did an episode on Puffy. If y'all haven't, go back and check that dope episode out that we put out for y'all, man. We kind of gave y'all the rundown of Bad Boy. Absolutely. And really, you know, people kind of opened up to our commenting section and really gravitated and gave us other names that we may have forgotten about, you know what I mean? And there was a list of 20-something people that was on bad terms with this dude, you know what I'm saying? So
I just wish that the footage would have came out around that time so we could have had really
I'm pretty sure somebody gonna come out with something, man. You know, somebody sit behind the, you know, the hookup, man. You know, waiting to unveil the curtain, man. To keep it a bean with you, though, family. To keep it a buck, for real, for real. I said, man, Puffy gonna get his, bro. It's gonna come to a point in time where everything is gonna surface, and Puffy gonna get what's coming to him, bro.
That's pretty much where it is at this point. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's developed a level, and I'm gonna close out with this.
Well, he said
he developed a level where he's pretty much a gatekeeper.
What he said.
He has potential to where he can, you know, buy himself some time. Like, it's not, it can't just be because this person, that person want him gone, you know what I'm saying? Somebody has to put the green light out, you know, in a sense. I don't wish death on nobody because ain't no coming back from that. And that's real facts. That's real spill. However, I'm kind of thinking like Puffy's already gotten what he's deserved in a sense, just not enough. You know what I'm saying?
The whole not the
right,
whole
right,
shaboy.
But, you know, like there's a bad boy label, but there's nobody that's really messing with your label like that.
Ain't nobody, because everybody know what they gonna get from the backlash of it, family.
All your money is coming from, pretty much, in my opinion, this Ciroc. And it's generating enough. But, you know, shouts out to you for being a smart business person with that. But, you know, streets want answers. You know, we want you to answer to what it was that you was meaning behind that, sir. You may feel like you don't owe us explanations, but I mean, you know, you took somebody's child, you know what I'm saying, or it took for you to take a couple people's children up off of this earth when y'all just, you know, was just being young and dumb, you know what I'm saying, and it didn't have to go out like that. But maybe it was divine intervention. Maybe it was a reason of how it was on their terms, something that we don't practice, preach, or teach, you know what I'm saying, on this end. But you owe the streets.
Yeah. You definitely owe the streets, Puffy. Like I said, man, we gonna you know, we always gonna, you know, lock back on that one, man, and hit that little quick pause for the cause and backtrack on Puffy from time to time, because there's so many people on that laundry list, bro.
So much.
You know what I'm saying? They got animosity. You know what I'm saying? Got some type of, you know, some type of bad ordeal from this dude. You know what I'm saying? We know he's a shrewd businessman. We know how he worked. You know his slogan was take that, take that, take that, and he took it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's what he did, man. And took advantage of people. That's what he did. If you want to say take that, that's what he took. I don't know, man. A nutshell on this one, bro. Like I said, he gonna get what he got coming, man, because I always felt like he was that hammer to everything. You know what I'm saying? He was the glue to everything. Right. He was like the mold to everything that happened and transpired with Pac and Big, bro. It was weird.
Right.
It was weird. He had to have his hand in it. Or him and Suge, you know what I'm saying, was behind closed doors. You know, powwow. Something ain't sit right. It don't sound right. Still to this day, bro.
It didn't sound right.
It still don't sound right.
Yeah, with him being the Richard Pryor to the voice behind the Wiz, you know what I'm saying, that curtain got drawn. So now we got to see what's going to happen, man. But, man, these have been some good topics lately. Man, but yeah, I'm not gonna dwell off on any of that no more, though.
Man, we ain't gonna dwell. Look, man, we need y'all to ring that bell, though. You feel what I'm saying, man? Why they need to ring that bell, family?
Man, you ring that bell, you get that content when it's fresh off the press, as you like to say. Man. We also need y'all to go ahead, like or dislike. Perhaps, I hope you like this, you know what I'm saying, this content that we be putting down. However, we need you to also share so that we can go ahead and mess with that algorithm, get that up for us.
Get that algorithm is what we call it, man, on the show. We say algorithm, we jokingly, you know what I mean, play. But at the end of the day, it is the algorithm of this that ultimately keeps this channel pushing. We keep it pumping. Based off everybody that's rocking with us, hitting that subscribe button, we can see what time it is, man. We're going to keep pushing out content with plenty of energy for you guys, man. Because I think that really brings that aspect of the show that, you know, everybody can do a podcast at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But how do you set yourself different from everybody else?
Yeah, they can't. I don't think anybody can really do it how we do it.
My boy.
Like I said before, we like Dante, Culpepper, and Moss.
And Moss,
We like
or Carter.
Tom Brady and Gronk. You dig? So
we keep it pumping.
Like I said, it's poetry in motion. When you got that, you know, that sense about how each other like, you know, or what you got a good sense. You don't have to have convos all the time, you know what I'm saying? It just flows sometimes. So
you call it poetry in motion, I could say motion and poetry.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? So
it's the same thing.
I mean, you lock it in, man. It is a dope concept, man. Like I said, and for everybody that's rocking with us, putting it down, man, we appreciate y'all putting it down, hitting that like button, subscribing, and most of all, sharing our channel to a different platform of people, man. Y'all know we're going to bring that heat for your feet real quick, man, just because we did come with a banger episode. I really felt like, man, none of this stuff is scripted. It's all off the top of the dormitory.
Absolutely.
You can just call us Mr. Flamboyant, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, because we are very flamboyant on the show. Shout out to E4O for that one.
Shout out E4.
But look, though, man, we're going to go ahead and get to it, man. I really want to show these just because I am getting rid of them. I may have another pair around. You know, we've been pennied out, man, for the last couple episodes, man. Got a huge video coming. Maybe we can show a little 5-minute snippet of it on here real quick and run it on the other channel. But we're going to give y'all these right here, man. Y'all know, y'all see it right there, that Jordan Bread 11, you know, which released in 2019, I do believe. Real classic colorway, man. Got that, the bread is the black and the red that makes the bread. You know, people say, okay, they don't understand the bread theory, but that is the bread, the black and the red. Cuz, what's your thoughts on this shoe when it came back out in the 90s?
Man, it was one of those shoes that I felt like it was a dope sneaker. Like any shoe that MJ hooped in, you know what I'm saying, was a dope sneaker. Like you had to have those. Yeah. You felt like you had to have them to hoop like Mike. Maybe it did something to your ego or put something divine in the atmosphere, man. It did something
to you for sure.
But man, yeah, this was definitely a dope sneaker. The patent leather used to just always get me for some odd reason, you know, because probably at that time there wasn't no patent leather shoes like that.
Leather. You know, your dress shoes patent leather,
but I mean not no
cut,
sneaker,
right?
not no kick. And then just the time that they put into it, like the art, you had the 2-3 on the back. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like it was different. Like the color scheme was always, you know, patented off of the Bulls, but it was just, you know, dope. It was a dope sneaker. It just fit for that era, I guess.
Man, I want to tell you one thing for me, man. We caught this on the last episode. I know when we run them on YouTube. I know I'll rewatch them, you know what I'm saying, just to make sure everything is locked in. But did you hear what Dion's comment was about having that shoe at Nike and why they put the shoes turned the way that I have my sneaker? You know what I'm saying? Versus how they market tennis shoes. Why do you
caught it, but I didn't like it didn't like catch. You know what I'm saying? I caught it, but it didn't catch.
He was just talking about, you know, when that video started off, man. We'll kind of leave it, you know. If not, y'all can go back and check it out on the other one. But when we start that video off, you hear Dion talking about what he's talking about. We the people make the brand. So with that, we are the people that make the brand. Your consumers, your athletes, your you know what I'm saying. We was, you know, reselling shoes back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make some money off of it. But Dion went on to say, we are the consumers, the hood politicians, so to speak. We the one that built your brand. You feel what I'm saying? He said he didn't even meet Knight. You know what I'm saying? Or feel Knight. You feel what I'm saying? Never met him once in his life, bro. Never met the man once in his life. But Dion said in that thing, man, I'm getting all off topic. that when you look at a sneaker, you look at the sneakers from the side. This is how Foot Locker, when you see them in the window, this is why they strategically plan them like this to draw your eye, because your naked eye is going to make sure that it catches the side of that sneaker like, woo, it looks like a Ferrari or it look like a whatever you think it is.
I think it's probably a doper view from the side.
It is from the side because it shows the whole sneaker, man. So marketing, you got to see what I'm saying? It's marketing, my boy. And, you know, look, we going to do a lot of that on the show. Like I said, we're going to bring out different flavors. We might just do an all sneaker show, you know what I'm saying? We can do a 30-minute sneaker show, man. We got plenty of them, you know what I mean? And chop it up, man, and give us y'all thoughts on what y'all think about the shoe game.
Some of this crazy stuff in the world that's going on, a little break. And, you know
we got to bring that first, though, for sure. Because, man, always a pleasure locking in with you, my boy. Man, y'all stay tuned. We're going to keep these episodes banging for y'all. Make sure you like,
share, subscribe. With your little
ugly ass boy. Telling y'all, man, lock in, man. Stay blessed, no stress. You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Stay 10 toes down, man. 10 toes down, not 10 tones. 10 toes.
10 toes down on there, baby. We gonna keep it 10 on here, man. Make sure y'all keep it a buck at the end of the day. Absolutely. And look, cuz we always say we gonna pick up what we put down on this one, on the next one. As always, this is One Buck Podcast,
where we keep it a buck,
and we hope y'all keep it a buck too. Peace.